This your boy DJ Akademiks, and now on Chirac's Lucifer. I'm talking about Fredo Santana. He took to Instagram to remind fans about some projects he's been prepping for a while. Now, he took to Instagram to remind people that, listen man, hey, the Blood Thicker Than Water, the album, is going to be coming out shortly, and it's going to be coming out by the end of May. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's supposed to be a collaborative album with him and Sosa Da Vinci. Apparently, they're like cousins, blood cousins, so they're going to get on a collaborative album. It's going to be 2/3 of the demonic trilogy, and of course, we'll have some guest appearance by the Grim Reaper. So, they're saying it should finally see the light of day at the end of May, and before we get to May, he also announced that, he's going to be dropping a mixtape, which is his mixtape, not a collaborative mixtape, called Ain't No Money Like Trap Money. That's supposed to be coming out. That's volume 1 coming out at the end of March. And he's supposed to be releasing this off Savage Squad Records. Now, check this out, because I do believe that these releases are very important for him. Now, if I get this correctly, I think he's going with the route that, he's independent. He's doing his own thing with his own label, and he's trying to go independent. Now, here's the thing about going independent. Now, when you go independent, you have to do every fucking thing your goddamn selves, right? You have to get the promotion right. You got to get of course, the music, right? And you got to get the whole process of releasing a project by yourself. Now, it's easy to just throw out a project and see if your fans fuck with it or not, but to really process a album or a mixtape like a label would, right? Which means you're talking about singles, you're talking about also pushing them possibly to radio, if not radio, blogs. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of connects, takes a lot of keeping people in the loop, press releases, maybe something the Savages ain't up on. However, that's what it takes to run an independent label. Now, a lot of people, they want to be independent, but are you willing to do the work? Now, I think Fredo Santana, I think he's actually wisened up. Well, not even wisened up, because I don't think he was a dumb nigga to begin with. But I think he probably realized that, and I think he realized this from a long time ago when he started the Savage Squad Records, that, this is his wave. He got to get this independent shit because, he wasn't going to be as fortunate to be on fucking Interscope where they're spending big-ass budget on him, right? He's not going to be on Def Jam like a little Reese or even a little Dirk, where they're also given a budget, which those budgets have completely closed, by the way. So he said, listen, I got a buzz. I got my niggas right here. Like, if I got these dudes around me and we got a heavy movement, believe me, this whole Chirac movement, discard any of these other Negroes you're hearing about. If you're not talking about Lil Reese, fucking Fredo Santana, Chief Keef, or even Lil Durk, and there's a couple other people like Montana 300, you have SD, you got a couple of people around it, but that's the real core of it. If you're not talking about them, they don't have that much of a big fan base, right? The rest of the people, they're trying to come up. Now, these guys, if they stick together, they could have a solid independent movement. Now, the first thing about being independent is you got to know how to release your music. Not only that, you got to know how to keep your buzz up. Not only that, you got to know how to merchandise. I think they got that under control. I think the merchandising, I seen this fucking, was it Glow Rambo going wild for the Glow Gang goddamn t-shirts or whatever the case is. They seem to have the merchandising under control. Now, the thing about it also is you got to tour. Lil Durk is doing that. I see Lil Durk. Lil Durk right now is, even though he's still signed, I mean, pretty much he's going to be dropped soon, but still, he's doing his thing independently. He's been running shit independent for a good while. So he's going pretty good, and I think he's doing it perfectly. You got to tour, you got to go around and touch the people. Now, for the people in Chirac, like these independent rappers, they got to start looking at the dudes in Atlanta who are really doing the independent game right? If we talk about the Migos, even though the Migos are signed, don't get it fucked up. They're signed, but they're signed to a label that kind of lets them operate as independent. It's an independent record label. It's called 300. Now, we're talking about Young Thug, Kevin Gates. They're doing it independently, but a lot of the independent grind is touring. Now, we remember when Chief Keef was making a lot of Nemesis. He kind of burned a lot of bridges on the East Coast, New Jersey. Couldn't go back there, but now it looks like he got a new manager. He's trying to wisen up. So, I think with Fredo Santana, he got to put some music out. Get the merchandising going on, push a couple of singles, gain a little bit of traction, and start touring. And you keep doing that, you got the fan base. You have over 400,000 followers on Twitter. All of you guys. You could make a motherfucking living off that. You just got to keep touring, you got to be consistent, and you also can't keep pushing shit back. If you tell people you're going to put out something at the end of whatever, put it out. Either that or don't give a fucking album release date or don't mention the project. Just kind of drop it spontaneously. Because once fans realize they can't rely on you to put shit out, they're like, man, fuck it, this nigga ain't gonna push it out. So I think it's a good idea. I hope these projects come out because, listen, man, I want to see all these guys succeed. And seeing them go on the independent route is actually admirable. But seeing them doing the work and actually getting it done is even better. So if they could actually do it, and I think Fredo could probably get a nice little move in for himself, you know what I mean? And also, all three of them, they got to start knowing we got each other's back, but we also got to think of ourselves as solo careers. You niggas ain't the fucking Migos, right? So you guys are individual careers, and you got to treat it as such, that when you guys come together on a collaborative album, some type of project, it's even more special. Because when it's kind of like, okay, Chief Keef's out in front and everybody kind of lagging behind, it becomes really the Chief Keef show. You want yourself to have your own platform. So what do you guys think about this, man? I think it's a good move. I encourage a lot of people to do the independent route if you'll do the work. And especially if you could get the fan base and you could get the people excited about you, or at least willing to check out shit you're going to put out, which I think they'll do. So what do you guys think in the comment box? Are you expecting or anticipating anything from these goddamn albums or mixtapes? Get in the comment box. Let me know. It's your boy DJ Akademiks. I'm out.